Sports Director Josh Whitman has the night off. I'm John Surratt, and the age-old rivalry renewed in the softball circle today. The Bluefield Lady Beavers and the Graham G Girls. Both looking for some border bragging rights tonight. Start top of the first for the G Girls. Avi Malam gets a piece of one. That'll fall in no man's land. But that'd be the only hit Isabella Smith would allow in the top of the first as she gets the strikeout to end the inning. Now the Lady Beavers bats start going right away in the bottom of the inning. After an Abby Richardson double, Smith up to bat. She'll hit it into the infield, but it's dropped. That scores Richardson 1-0 Bluefield. Next at bat, Grace Richardson up with one on. Well, you can kiss that one goodbye. 2-run shot to left. Beavers up 3-0. They weren't done in the inning either. Sophie Hall lays down a bunt, but the throw over to first would be off. That'll score Kara Brown, and it's 4-0 Bluefield. Audra Rockness wanted to join the hit party and the RBI party. She slaps one to left, gets down. Hall comes in to score. Bluefield led 5-0 after one. Bluefield goes on to defeat its rival Graham 12-4.